Good morning ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me for today's video. Hope you're all well. So apologies first of all for the absolute muddiness of me today. Funny story, as we were doing the intro coming into camp, I tried to cross the river, the old river, as you know, for you guys that have followed the channel before. This area does flood extensively. As I've walked down, I've walked through 2 inches of caked mud, and then as I've got closer to the river I put my boot in and it's come straight up to the top of my muck boots, which are pretty much knee high. So as I tried to pull this one out, my other boot went in and I'm stuck there in up to my knees in mud. So panic set in and basically I'm minus a sock, so I'm a barefoot in one boot, but I managed to get out of the mud. Let's crack on with today's video. So in today's video guys, I have got the makings of a slap up gourmet steak meal just in the bag here. We're going to do that on the titanium bush box, but first of all I would like to share with you a new piece of gear I have acquired for the kit. So let's crack on. Now we've all been there before guys, maybe it's your first camp, you're not sure what gear to take, so you end up taking absolutely every piece of gear you own. You get to camp and you start unpacking your bag and your mate turns around to you and says, bloody hell, you brought everything but the kitchen sink. Well guys, from this day forward you can now take the kitchen sink. Now boys and girls, the Seatosummit sink is going to be your most portable, lightweight solution of keeping your pots squeaky clean at camp, amongst other uses. Now here I have the 5 litre version and this is going to be adequate for my needs. It does come in its own storage sack with a nice little rubber carabiner there so you can carry it around your waist. And it comes in at a staggering weight of 98 grams, so you are not going to feel that weight in your pack. It does have a drainage hole on the bottom of the pouch for any excess water, and it comes with a nice zip to gain entrance to the sink. The sink is very easily assembled. In fact, it's just popped open in my hands. It does indeed just pop open, but there you have your sink. We have some nice wide webbing straps on the sink to carry about, and it comes with a stiffening ring so the sink does not tip over. It is safe to use with water up to 60 degrees, and you can also use detergent in there as well. Other uses for this, maybe you've had a nice smouldering campfire overnight and it's left a lot of hot ashes. Usually you have a single cup and you're making return trips to the river to put that fire out. With this, you got 5 litres there, dunk it in the river, bring it back, and your fire's probably out in that one drenching. It goes without saying though that detergents are harmful to the watercourse and the environment itself. So when you are using it with detergents, please use it far away from any natural water sources. So we're going to use this in a bit to clean up my dirty dishes, but now let's get the steak on the stove. Well guys, I can honestly say skills have definitely been tested to the max today. The wood selection in this area now is absolutely depleted. Nothing to be had. nothing hanging in the trees really. So I've salvaged what I can, but it has took an absolute age to get this going today. I've burnt through plenty of my fire discs. Usually I only use one, but it does seem to be going now. We have a nice bed of coals, so that should be the end of that. Time to get a lovely pot of coffee on. And then we can get the steak on the plate. Speaking of plates, I forgot my plate. So looks like I'll be eating it caveman style. So ladies and gents, we're on a 2 for £10 steak today. I couldn't tell you what it is. I've ripped the package. Oh, it's a British Aberdeen Angus rump steak. So the sell by date is today, so I'm hoping this is alright. It has been in the fridge and I've lost some of my sense of smell, so let's just hope it's okay. And we're going to have that with some stir-fried noodles. So right guys, the soupy noodles are done, so we're going to put them aside and then on with the steak, while we have got a minute amount of coals left. So, steak flavoured noodles. You will not believe what just happened, guys. Couldn't believe it. So I was cooking the steak on the bush box there, and out of nowhere this giant robin redbreast just swooped down, grabbed the steak, flew off with it. I give chase, but it's too slippy and I've only got one sock, so we're having the spicy stir-fried noodles. Honest truth guys, fire went out, could not get it going again. I have not got any firewood left. It's beat me this time, but I've had major problems with it today. As I said in the last video, it's never let me down. It never has. But in this area, you can probably see all the trees are covered in moss, and when that river does break its banks and flood, it does come up here. So everything is just absolutely saturated. Better luck next time, eh? Can't win them all. So the steak is now wildlife food. I'm going to eat these noodles, try my best to collect some water from the river without getting stuck again, and use my new kitchen sink to wash my pots. Bloody robins. Right guys, the bus box is now running on meth stove power. And the highlight of today's video is now me washing a couple of pots. Apologies. I am pretty gutted about the steak, but today was the use by date, so I don't know if that was a blessing or not. Let's check this out. Benefit of this is just having the ability to wash your pots at camp, so you're not putting them all dirty in your bag and then having to get home and wash them, or you can do it here and put your bag away. I could really have done with some more water. But you get the idea up here. If that was full, that'd be quite adequate, that actually. So we'll bang a bit of detergent in. Agitate some bubbles. It's all tape seams as well, so yeah, bubbly. Right, so we got a lid. washing these and then just putting them back down on a dirty floor. I am aware of the irony. Just give that a swill. The greasy drill plate, and the greasiest piece of all, the drill plate. And the rest of the water can just simply be poured out or poured over a campfire if you've had one. The whole thing simply folds away like so, back into its pouch. Keeping the rest of your gear dry. Very handy indeed. Right, ladies and gents, that pretty much wraps this video up. I do apologise if you were sticking around to see the steak being cooked on the bush box, but unfortunately we can't have them all. And you know, these things happen when you're outdoors. But I did salvage a nice spicy stir-fry bowl of noodles, so it wasn't a complete loss. And I hope you did enjoy that extensive demonstration on how to wash pots at camp. The Seatosummit sink is a really handy piece of gear, so I highly recommend you get one. Like I say, for washing at camp, washing your pots at camp, collecting water, they can be used for all sorts of things. Easily stored, and it weighs absolutely nothing. We are losing the light now, so I'm going to pack up camp, get myself home and have a good cry about my steak. So until next time, you stay safe, and as always, stay crafty. See you again, guys. Bye bye.